Alright guys, so one of the most requested videos right now is a collection tour. And I also had a Q&A requested, so I've decided to kind of mix them into one. I'm going to use my good camera, which means this video is going to take probably about 9 hours to upload. So by the time you're seeing this, I might have already ruined it that this is what you're getting. But I just want to go ahead and say, I don't do a lot of collections tours because A, I keep you updated every single time I get a new horse, most of the times. Also, I don't always have my horses here. I proxy show a lot. Right now I have about, I don't have all my horses here, let's just put it that way. I have like 2 out for repairs. I have a handful out like getting painted or something like that, and then I also have another handful out that I'm paying off. So if you're wanting more collection tours, like this video and comment down below and let me know. That's why I don't do a lot of them. It's not because I just don't do them, it's just because I feel like they're a little repetitive, and I don't want you guys to like think it's just too much. Like I said, I really do try to post when I get a new one, so I don't know, y'all tell me. Do you want more collection tours every once in a while, or do you prefer just to keep seeing the new ones as I get them? Y'all tell me. Alright, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to run through really quickly of who they are. If they are still available, I'll try and tell you, but sometimes I forget. And then I'm going to do like a little Q&A with them. Alright, so up top, and I'm sorry this room doesn't have the best lighting, we have Affinity. This is Yesteryear. This is Caldero. This is Desioso. Rose Rainer. Harry and non-Harry Oberon. Nevada. Cheveo. All of these are sculpted by Sarah Rose. All of them are sold out. I have a Lone Star too, but he's not here right now. Bacchus, still available, unpainted. This guy I'm paying off. He's just owned by a friend, and she's letting me keep him for a little bit because she's kind of getting all her traditionals out. He's sculpted by Amelia Carilla. I'm not saying that last name right. Ellen Bosco, Maxi DeBarros, and Mango. These 3 are sculpted by Morgan Kilborn. Rosita, that's this one, sculpted by Bridget Ebrel. Mini Boreas, sculpted by Karen Gernhardt. The Fabrizio and Tinkerbell, sculpted by Stacy Tumlinson. This is Mini Cromwell. I think it's by Doris Slender, but I could be wrong. Octopussy, sculpted by Bridget Ebrel. Opus, sculpted by Jen Donanza. And Supernova, sculpted by Maggie Bennett. Infinity, sculpted by Kathleen Moody. Lyrico, Brownie, Spinnaker, Olivers, Elsie's, Vixen and Imp. I hate how dark it is in here, I'm so sorry. Pixie, Stormwatch, Dante's, Shiza, a little Oliver to a unicorn thing, and a Lyrico thing, all sculpted by Sarah Mink. This is Tango. I think it's pronounced David, but I call him Daffy Did. That's just because I like it. Otto, Cotillion, and Fandango. Some of Sarah's older pieces. This one needs a new paint job, big time. Valinor and V2. A medallion. A taboo. A Feral Mirror medallion. Cubies. Painted. And these are as they come. All by Sarah Mink. Oh, that's painted, obviously. These are all also by Sarah Mink. Fausto by Josine Vingerling. I always forget his name. He's by Lynn Fraley. And if I weren't trying to say his name, I'd be able to tell you what it is. Enviado by Lynn Fraley. The Cobra Mares. This one is Esplendida. This one is Estella. This one's the new one that starts with a P that I'm not going to try and say. This one is Esmeralda, who is actually, these two right here are about to leave. They are getting repainted and fixed, possibly resculpted and repainted. Not sure about the resculpting. This is Esmeralda. Yeah. This is a resculpted mini Madge by Stacey Tomlinson. All of these are by Eberl. Can't remember if I said that. Vince, who is about to leave today actually to get painted. Starbuck by Mayfield. Vince is by Eberl. Vince is still available from Resins by Randy. Just a note though, there are two versions. This is the long mane and tail. Cha Cha by Lynn Fraley. And Slide Ruler by Jen Reed. Not the current Jen Reed in the hobby, an older one. Actually a really, really hard resin to find. And yeah, guys, that is the resin collection tour. Like I said, there's about 10 odd horses missing that I'll share with you as they come in. Most of those are time payments, sadly. They're not all time payments, but some are time payments, some are just commissions that I'm paying on because they're not done. So for the Q&A, I had a few questions. My favorite mini. Favorite mini mold right now is Vixen, and this is my favorite Vixen that I have. Let's see. My newest mini is this guy. He's an imp with some resculpting. Obviously my favorite sculptor is kind of obvious. It is Sarah Mink. My best painted horse, I'm not going to try and get him out because I'll knock him over. I would say all my horses are painted really well. So there's really not a best painted because every artist has their own things. Max has his amazing dapples and shading. This girl has such a soft and fluffy look about her that makes her amazing. I could go through every single one of my horses and, for instance, her eyes are just phenomenal. I could go through every single one of my horses and tell you what makes them the best. So I'm just going to point out like one of my favorites because I have a favorite thing about all of them that makes them each unique to me, and that's why I bought them. Stormy is probably one of my favorites. Amanda Brock painted him. She does the best roans, hands down. I know a lot of artists do hair by hair, but she has this unique way she does hair by hair, and it doesn't look like hair by hair. What I mean by that is when you look at it, you're like, whoa, someone's out there and did all these little hairs. But a lot of artists make the hairs too big or too noticeable, because you gotta think about it, when you walk up to a roan horse, you don't just see all these little individual hairs. You see the white hairs that create this offsetting look to the roan in real life. You don't just walk up and see individual little hairs. In some spots you do, but I'm talking about an all over roan. Think about it. Next time you're at a live show with real horses or something, go up and look at a roan. Amanda can capture that perfectly. It doesn't look like pencil hairs. Very few artists who can do that. So he's probably one of my favorites. My Oliver is one of my favorites, and he is painted by Lauren Davis. She has such a good way with spots. My favorite horse in my collection is what I always get asked. Right now it's Desioso, and I'm saying it's Desioso because let me see if I can get him down without making a mess. I'm gonna say it's Desioso because I actually had this horse in progress for a really long time, and a lot of people don't know that. I actually looked into buying a Desioso about 2 years ago, and I didn't because I couldn't decide what version I wanted, or the color. There's two versions. There's one with the mane out and there's one with the mane down. Finally, when I found a reference, I knew I wanted the mane down version. It just looks a lot, I wanted that classy look that really capture that calm and collected and powerful look of a Spanish horse. So I decided to get the laying down version, and then I got this color idea, and I took forever to pick the artist, and you know, he's just been a piece I've put a lot of thought into. So I'm gonna say he's one of my favorites. My newest traditional is Tinkerbell. Kind of Bacchus, but I mean I haven't paid him off all the way, so I don't know that I can really include him. I'm trying to think of some of the other questions I always get asked. If you can guess how many other Elsies or Olivers I have in progress, you can't guess if you know, then I'll give you like brownie points if you can get it right. Obviously I've just spoiled that there are more on the way, but if anyone can guess how many, that would be funny. They are my conga. I got asked that. What do I conga? Well, I don't collect OF, so I don't really conga. But I guess it would be Elsie and Oliver's, but I do have another little secret conga I have started, and I'm gonna wait for them to arrive before I actually show y'all. It accidentally happened. I didn't mean for it to happen. Next thing I know, I ended up with several of them, and yeah, so I'll show you that as soon as they arrive. It'll probably be next month. Other than that, I get asked about artists I don't like all the time. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about an artist I don't like because that's rude. Everyone has their own reasons for liking or not liking artists. I'll talk about artists I like all day long, but I think it's really rude to put an artist on blast and be like, I don't like so-and-so. So really all I can say is you can look at my collection and see what artist I use and what artists I don't use. If you're really wanting to know. But otherwise, I'm not going to just go out and say the artist I don't like. My favorite artist, I really don't have a top favorite. I like several different artists. As you can see, I've got a good mix of things. I have a lot of like repeats by certain artists. Other than that, you guys, oh, Supernova is still available as far as I know. That one I should have remembered. From Maggie Bennett. I think that's the only, I think I told y'all all the ones that are available. Alright, so I hope this is what you guys wanted. And I will have some more videos soon, and I will have, definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I know I keep saying that, but I'm going to a live show next weekend, and I'm going to have lots of updates there. You can wait and see them here on YouTube, because obviously they'll be here eventually, but they're going to be up on Instagram a whole lot faster. Thanks for watching, guys.